December 17th, 1994. As we approach the name of the bridge?
Hallowell.
Hallowell. The bridges of Madison County will be released next year. I think there might be some tourist industry here. I'm going to line up the local land. These are all lies. Anyway, this is the entryway to
the Hallowell Covered Bridge,
which was featured in
Bridges of Madison County with Clint Eastwood.
And who else? Some chick.
Meryl Streep.
Yep, there was some female.
Yeah. Yep.
Although, are we allowed to say female at this point?
Oh, I don't know.
Has she identified?
I don't know. They probably live in California, so we should probably say how do you identify
Meryl Streep or person
with boobs?
Okay. Alright, I'm already out.
Fuck. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But yeah.
Clint Eastwood's last movie was horrible, and I'm never going to watch it even for free. The Mule. Yeah. $1 Million Baby was very depressing, but I enjoyed watching it. And Epstein was murdered.
Yep.
Clear as day, right before they started some unconstitutional gun grab. Clear as fucking day.
Clear as day.
Clear as day. Kind of funny. I should probably start screenshotting things of this, of his suicide, which is just laughable. Has there been one comment? Did anybody not see this coming? Later on, I'm going to look up the Vegas bets, because I bet somebody in Vegas, actually in Vegas they probably have ethics. They're probably not betting on people's deaths. Right or straight? You know?
I think continue. It's like we're in front of a fan. Yeah.
So, does anybody that's paying attention, everybody call this out. Clear as day. Clear as day. Will there ever be a real investigation? Do you think they haven't ever had? And somehow it turns into the Epstein.
Yes, I think it may do that, at least through today.
Yeah. Yeah. I never thought, and these words will be twisted against me, that I'd be rooting for the health and safety of a serial fuck, what would you even call them?
Sex trafficker
slash pedophile slash monster slash kidnapper, drugger, fucking whatever the fuck. But I never thought I'd be rooting for the safety of a fucking pedophile who's already been convicted and is sitting in prison. And yet somehow, everybody knew how he survived his first suicide attempt. Jesus. Can I even say it with a fucking straight face? I don't know who backed out of that fucking blood pact where he ended up living. Jesus Christ. Like, everybody saw this coming.
Yes.
Half the Democratic Party is asking for... Jesus Christ. I don't even know where to start. How twisted is the world when you're rooting for the safety and health, even if only temporarily,
just so these
of a child molester?
Yeah.
How fucked up do you have to make the world where you have me rooting for the health? I mean, that's a fair question. That should be the question of the day. How fucked up do you have to make this? Anywho, this is the what bridge?
The Hallowell Covered Bridge. I think you take a left here. Hallowell.
That better not be the fucking bridge.
No, that's not even close.
Bridge closed at, yeah, you can't drive on it, but there's a parking area, as I understand. There is absolutely no trespassing after sunset.
Ooh.
You will be prosecuted.
Yikes. That's scary.
Yeah, I'm sure in tourist town with the winery, that is strictly enforced.
Yeah.
Never. Although we are getting closer to Missouri, so possibly if you're black. Was that Missouri when we were on the road and fucking we saw 3 black people? One of them was in cuffs.
Yes. Yeah. Sure was.
Things weren't going to turn out well for that fine gentleman. No. Or as Joe Biden would call them, the bad race. Yeah. Do you think they gave Joe like a couple extra dollars and just said, how about you don't read the teleprompter? for the next couple days because we know you're going to say something fucking retarded.
Right?
Yeah, I'll back in right here. Anyway. Yep.
I don't know if that's private property. Probably. Oh, yep.
Sure
it is. No trespassing.
And fun fact, while we're on this, and I'm just interesting news of the day. That's clear as day. Interesting news of the day as they talk about trying to ban your rights or eliminate your rights. By the way, I won't even get into it. Jesus Christ, half the people on Democratic Party are probably guilty of treason. Well, who knows how deep the Epstein thing goes? Quite honestly,
very deep,
I guess we'll never know. But on that note, I love how they're talking about banning semi-automatic weapons and calling them assault rifles, and they're talking about banning all those, when they fail to mention the fact that you can still buy assault rifles! Actual assault rifles! Fully automatic assault rifles!
Oh my god!
You just need to buy a tax stamp! Holy shit! I haven't seen that covered one time in the news. Talk about bullshit. Not even good bullshit distraction. You know, they're not even trying anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even trying. Everybody called this. Everybody called this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially when they started doing the 2 mass shootings in a weekend. I'm not a conspiracy guy. I'm really not. Well, I'm really not. I mean, it's common sense, though.
I know.
As soon as I saw 2 mass shootings, I was like, and everybody did the same thing. Boy, I wonder what's going to happen next. How long does Epstein have to live? Was it a week? Wait a minute, today's
a lot
Saturday?
of people did not see it. I'll say that. A lot
of people did. Every time we bomb a country or something, it's Grammy night or something like this. You know, they really kind of fucked up.
It's games, it's mental health, it's guns.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah.
Tower probably announcing way back. If you want to go back to 2001 when they enacted the Patriot Act and just suspended all of our civil liberties, really at will, without anybody actually reading it before they passed it, which was kind of funny because it was already written up. Isn't that funny? How it was already written up. Anywho, just kind of like with this tragedy, that Royce guy goes out, man. The humanity. I love watching that too. Man, that's the most pathetic. He like pats the guy on the shoulder as he's surrounded by armed thugs. Anywho, that's not for nothing. But they probably messed up way back in the day. Again, not conspiracy. But when on tape, they're announcing Tower 7 collapse before Tower 7 collapse. That kind of makes me go, huh. Like the memes you see on like Facebook where they're like, Hillary Clinton is very sorry to hear about Epstein's future suicide on Saturday the 10th at 7:30 a.m. Anywho, I mean, they're not even trying anymore. I mean, if you're gonna lie to me, make it a good lie, at least entertaining, at least mildly believable. And that's about it. That's just a little rant. Probably gonna make another one of these and look at the beautiful bridges of Hollywell Bridge in Madison County. Built in 1880. Fun fact, it's actually about the bridges. Most of these are painted red, and nobody knows why, but the majority are. They were actually covered when wood was the predominant material, not recycled. This is actual truth for a change. Usually there's lies and lies. Usually, just built. Originally built with recycled material in 1742 from, or here's another good Joe Biden one. Back in the day, he would just go on TV. TV wasn't invented yet. Jesus fuck Christ. Anyway, relevance to nothing. But the quality of the wood, because they didn't have a wood treating process, is actually why these bridges were covered. This particular one was built in 1860. Anything to add?
I've noticed that this one is also people write on it.
Yeah,
well.
That's one thing I don't like so far. We've been to 2. We're going to do 7. There's 7 in 2 cities. One's Winterset, Ohio? Where am I? Idaho? Winterset, Idaho.
Yes.
And, God, St. Charles? Or something like that? Is it St. Charles?
St. Charles.
And St. Charles, Ohio. The 2 cities are right next to each other. It's weird. It's almost as believable as that Epstein guy killed himself. But that everybody predicted immediately. Jesus Christ. Anyway, because at the time they didn't have, the reason they're covered is because at the time they didn't have the process to preserve the wood in the manner they do today. And they're painted red. I did a little research. Why? Nobody fucking knows. We've been to 2 of the 7 so far. They're in the area, and I really don't care for it. They leave Sharpies so you can leave your name, which I find just mildly pathetic. I will notice, and I may be a little biased, that so far the people that feel the need that have tagged the bridge, I consider that graffiti, honestly. I don't see the need to leave your name. The first one I noticed, I believe, was Kansas. They made Kansas real big. Kansas, for those of you that don't know, is western Missouri. The other one was Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, which is what we in the United States of America like to call central Missouri. And the other one was Oklahoma. For those of you that don't know, is actually referred to in the new United States map as southern Missouri. When they build the wall, and I'm all for the wall. I'm all for the wall. But I don't think, maybe, possibly, blah, blah, blah. And you've heard this before. I think this might actually be yours.
Yes, I think it is.
I think it is. I think I stole that. I think I borrowed it. I don't think they should actually start at Mexico. We can debate that later. You know, quite frankly. I'm probably leaning towards it, because why not? You know, in France, across the border, they shoot you. That would be a cheaper method, I would think. Then again, we get the humanity of it, because, yeah, we're so humane. Anywho, when we get to building walls, I think we need to start with western Missouri, known as Kansas. Kansas actually translates to shithole in Swahili. Why not? And also expand that wall around southern Missouri, also known as Oklahoma, which is Latin for Oklahoma. Thought that was funny. On par with shithole. As soon as you cross into Oklahoma, you will, at least the panhandle part, you'll notice the trash immediately. Jesus Christ, what a drop in standard of living from crossing a bridge. Although Cass County, absolutely beautiful. Good people, good people. Lots of cemeteries, not a whole lot of living people. And also expand that wall around central Missouri, known only as Missouri or Death Trap. Okay, that's enough ranting. Did anybody not see Epstein committing suicide in quotations? What do you want to bet there wasn't a camera? What do you want to bet, even though he's been on suicide watch, they didn't check on him until 7:30 a.m.? What do you want to bet nobody's ever charged with dereliction of duty? Nobody ever looks into the people that were on duty's bank accounts or their children's bank accounts or mysterious blah, 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 blah. Everybody already knows this doesn't smell right. It's just how do you prove it? And it's not conspiracy theory. It's everybody called him disappearing. As soon as they did the 2 mass shooters in one weekend, one's from the left, one's from the right, which are all imaginary anyway. What a fucking joke. Police officers so far this year have killed over 500 people. Mass shootings, I think they're up to 64. Also, by the way, I guess the truth is the new hate speech. They're saying that it's white supremacists and white males, which is kind of funny. I'm a little biased myself, being a 27-year-old white male. I think it's a little biased myself. When you actually look at it, I know the truth doesn't mean anything really anymore. But predominantly, if you consider a mass shooting 4+ people who die, guess what? They're not white. Hate to break it to you. 75% of the United States is white. Yeah. And we haven't been congressmen for 15 or 20 or 30 or 40 years. Basically, if I was to take office, my hair wouldn't be black and naturally turn fucking gray. When I'm speaking freely, I don't refer to the bad races as the blacks. Oh my God. Yeah, so one of many. Epstein was definitely offed. I don't think there's a mystery. Shit, I kind of fear for my safety, even stating out loud. What does that say? Dbks out. I may or may not post this because seriously, are you even allowed to like call it out? I mean, honestly, are you even allowed to say it out loud? To even say it out loud. And everybody saw it coming. As soon as oh God, they got me thinking now like I was saying earlier. If I was this age in 1960 and somebody said that the Catholic Church was trading around priests who diddle little boys, like playing cards and paying off settlements from coffer money so that they could continue their pedophilia. I looked at them like they were fucking crazy. Like, you were an insane person. Oh, oakley dokley. You know, fast forward, we live in the age we do, and it's like wide known, duh. So, yeah, now you kind of got me thinking about the timing of those two attacks. And I'm not like a conspiracy theory guy, but it's like, fuck, isn't that, everybody knew they were doing the, you know, what's in this hand while they did what's in that hand. Now I fear for my safety. Not really. You wanna know why? Because every single goddamn fucking person is saying the exact same goddamn thing. Jesus Christ. Anywho, what do you want to bet, even though he's been on suicide watch for a week, that there's not a camera in the cell that we'll ever get to see? That we'll ever get to see. I have a Wise Cam. Oh, I hope I didn't give away anything in my house. Just the one, sure. $20. What do you want to bet in this federal institution they don't have the equivalent of a $20 camera that we'll ever get to see that has live feed? And free cloud storage. Anywho, Dbks out. Epstein was murdered.
Nobody loves you.
And nobody loves you. Later. Bye.